we got blue skies and a tea bag. Look at that, 1,100 tea bags. Like a tenner from Costco. I thought that was really reasonable because there's no VAT on it as well. Tidying up here, there's a huge pile of logs that have just accumulated in the way. So we're moving them right back. And then when we put that drain across the yard last summer, or the summer before, we've never kind of finished the chamber. So we need another ring on the top and then a biscuit, we call it, on the top of that so that we can level all this up. So I'm going to try and get that done because all the aids in that shed there now. Next week they're coming to sort it. And for health and safety reasons, we don't want people wandering all around the yard. So we want it so that they can all come in, drive, park in this area here, sort everything in that shed, palletise it all, and then they're right. They're not here, there and everywhere. Found one the right size, but all them logs in the way, so I'll have to move them logs and try and get through with the Merlot and grab it. You know when you think, I should record this in case it goes wrong, and then you forget, and it goes wrong. Oh! On the boiler, it's got like air chambers of fire blasts of air to clean it. Anyway, it's like a little rubber diaphragm. One of these split because it's been hissing all night and the compressor's been running non-stop. I'm going to order one of them now, hopefully they'll post it. I thought we had some spares in the shed, but I can't find them. We'll get them posted, we'll split that on maybe tomorrow if it arrives in the posting time. Frank's tidying up at the back. He's just doing a little bit of crushing with Nick's crusher bucket. Oh, there we go. Probably done less than a ton, sorry, just more than a ton in less than a minute. It's pretty quick, isn't it, really? And we've got the trailer on. I'm going to go and pick a new manhole ring up. That's how you lift them up without smashing them. Back now with a new ring and the top. And guess how much that ring was? I was dead surprised. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll let you all have a guess first. And also, the robotic thing for pushing up the cattle feed. No one noticed. I forgot to tell you the answer to that. It was 12.5 grand, which I thought was really reasonable considering it just works on its own all day and just gets on with the job. I could do with one of them that loads the chipper or something like that. So anyway, we'll dig this out now, sort that out, and then we can get this a bit leveler. Business. Where's that Robin and Andrews though? These little pots are blown over in the wind, so I've just repotted them with a bit of soil. Got my screen around the back, so someone's coming in today. It's actually Beth that helps with the sunflower mazes hen do, I think, this weekend. Sumo pin, manhole ring lifting kit. That's right, but the lock quite lined up the steps, so we'll just twist it a bit. Go on, try it now. Little bit. Right, hold on. Right.
Down there.
Down. There we go. Swing the lid on now. Biscuit lid. WD-40, and it's just reminding me that Stephen's wife Linda is 40 today. Can you believe that? She's 40. I said I'd give her a special mention. That's a bit better now. Just cut some of the rebar out of the crush that we put down. Put a few more planings around it. And then it's a lot tidier. I thought I had a manhole cover, but we've not. So I put a fiberglass one on for now. Get a steel one and cement it in and then stone it up properly. But that's solid now. Little Merlot or a big bucket. I was just moving them from over there, make it look a bit tidier. These pallets want to go in the shed as well, ready for the aid. Massey Dave's on the phone.
He's filming you now, mate. Well, he's filming me on the phone to you. Get some advice.
Well, yeah, if you tell us how to fix it, yeah. Yeah, Massey Dave sent us some schematics and plumbing diagram. So there's some valves up inside, I think somewhere around this side. Rob knows anyway that we need to check and look at, and we think that's what could be sticking, why the steering's gone a bit funny. But we've been outside today, it's not been raining, we've just been doing jobs around the yard. We'll maybe get to it next time it's raining, which is probably going to be Wednesday next week, or was it Tuesday? And we're going to try and get the drilling finished tomorrow as well if we can, if it stays dry and this wind keeps up overnight. Some of you may have seen on Twitter that the local agricultural discussion group, which I'm not really sure is a discussion group because it doesn't always have agricultural based speakers, has had a vote on Wednesday night. Now, I was the chairman of it a few years ago and I wasn't at the meeting the other night when the vote took place, but it was basically, should women be allowed as members? Anyway, it was voted quite substantially in the fact that no. So I think there's about 60 odd people there, and there's only 5 or 6 people said that there should be, the rest of them didn't. It's quite an old audience, if you will, and they're very traditional. There was another vote as well as whether they could go as guests. Anyway, I always believed that they could go as guests, was now it's reinforced the fact that no, they're not allowed to take them as guests. Although the only rule that could have excluded them in the past was whether they wore a jacket and a tie. Now, this sounds horrific and really sexist, but let me just say it from a different angle. I've been to many different things talking about mental health in agriculture, and predominantly in young males not talking to each other. And one of the things that I've been to and heard a lot about is a thing called Andy's Man Club. So there's a guy who lost his mate called Andy, and he's been setting up just men only sort of talking groups throughout the UK called Andy's Man Club. Now, I think it's quite important to have sort of like same-sex organisations, whether it be WI, Lady Farmers is another one in our area, a few other things like that, and obviously there's one near us, is Liverpool Agricultural Discussion Society. So I don't think it's a bad thing, because it means that men can go, it's a safe place, they can talk. If they've lost the wife, they don't feel like they're on their own when they go, because there's only other men there. You know, if they're finding it difficult because they've got a wife and kids, they can obviously talk as well. So I can see it from 2 directions, i.e. it's not good that some women will not be allowed, can't attend and learn about different aspects of agriculture, but equally there's plenty of other opportunities around the area, such as AHDB Monitor Farms and a lot of the stuff the NFU did. We set up a lot of things a few years ago, like what we call ambassadors for the NFU, where we got younger people involved, and there's a complete mix of male and female. So although it sounds horrific and it's going around on Twitter and it's getting quite viral, and the Farmers Weekly are talking about it, the Farmers Guardian talking about it, and other newspapers, there's 2 sides to every story, and you can't always please everyone. So I'm kind of on the fence, but equally I do believe that it is important to have such clubs as that. And I think mainly the only thing that is wrong with the club is the name is called Liverpool Agricultural Discussion Society, which is funnily lads for short. I think they should probably change the name, because there isn't much discussion goes on about agriculture. It's mainly gossip, but when the speakers aren't agriculturally based, then you know, that's I'm going to lean on something that's not there. I've walked off. I'm going to lean on this, and I've walked off. You know, maybe it should be called, you know, the Liverpool Agricultural Men's Support Network. I don't know, but if you give it a name that's got something to do with like well-being and mental health, it gets a stigma involved with it. So the fact that it has got a different name probably helps. But anyway, that is the whole backstory to what is going on Twitter. If anyone is on Twitter and seen it, I'm AgriContract on Twitter. There's lots of debate going on about it at the moment anyway, so you might hear about that. Anyway, I'd be interested to know, does anyone know of any other clubs? Because I know there's like women in pigs or ladies in beef, you know, and all these sort of things. Or is there any agricultural discussion groups in the UK that are just same sex? So let me know in the comments below, and let me know your thoughts on it. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you're not sure what the weather's going to do and you can't decide which job to start. Well, this is one that we just sort of started without even realising. Anyway, it's turned out really well. It was just a quick tidy up, but that has needed finishing 4 years. Anyway, it's 99% finished now, which is better than sort of 75% finished, which has been for the last few. So that's turned out well, and we've got a lot more space around where we go into what we call Store 4 as well. So I'm just going to give this spreader a swill off, but he's just getting the GPS to turn on so that the trap's open on the bottom. Otherwise, there's a bit of a rigmarole going in the computer to do it. So it's easier just to drive round so it thinks it's spreading and just turn the power off on the box at the same time. But he couldn't get any signal near the building. It's on the GPS, sort of like GLONASS signal, is it? Oh look, I'm on a Merlot and the fuel light's on. This is today's birthday bumper. Obviously Linda's on there because she's 40, and so is Mike Parry as well. So here's a picture of Mike. Anyway, so we've got Jenny, Greg, Paul and Louis, I think is it? But also John Wilkinson. Now, It isn't John Wilkinson's birthday, but apparently John Wilkinson is 84 and watches the videos every day. So is he the oldest person watching the videos? If he is, or if you know of anyone that's any older, let me know. And also, if you know of anyone that's any younger than 1, because there's a 1-year-old apparently watches as well. So they were 1 the other day. Anyway, that is all for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.